Hello, my name is Josh, and I will be your guide through this wonderful new educational experience. We like to call it Re-Tally-8, and I will be with you all along the way here with your new journey, a new educational concept, and your new understanding of how children and the future will learn. Now, the key to Re-Tally-8 is the way we set the teams up. Re-Tally-8 consists of 4 total teams competing. However, we put an advanced student, 2 average students, and a below average student together on the same team. Because of this, strategy, timing, the will to compete, the want and desire to score high, the team itself will level out, and the below average students will begin to climb to average, and the average will begin to climb to above average. We hypothesize when playing Re-Tally-8 at age 7, 8, and 9 early, and then moving on to middle school, at the middle school level, players will all be above average. That is key here, folks. We can get and have our students achieve above average scores by the end of middle school. Imagine that. The gentleman you're looking at right now is Dr. Tom Nelson, Distinguished Professor of Psychology, 20 plus years in the industry, published hundreds of times. Currently, Dr. Tom Nelson is explaining to the children exactly how to play Re-Tally-8. With Re-Tally-8, we understand that teachers are responsible for our future, but at the same time, students themselves are more responsible for their own future than the teacher themselves. At Re-Tally-8, we feel the teacher is synonymous with the coach. The student is synonymous with the athlete. So now we have coaches and athletes. And if you think about an athletic field, a baseball field or a football field or a basketball field or a volleyball field or a soccer field, what is in common between all those sports? Teamwork, learning together, following a leader, and carrying out a plan. The plan should be to get the child to understand and build upon the concepts themselves, not just to regurgitate an answer through memorization. And too many times that's what math has become. With Re-Tally-8, we are confident that we can begin producing students of the future who not only just answer correctly, but actually understand and are currently learning, and they build upon that knowledge throughout everyday life, not just while they're at school, not just while they're on the field practicing their sport, but in everyday life when they see a bird land on a tree. Do they just see a bird land on a tree? Or do they think perhaps that bird is landing on that tree because maybe they have a nest full of baby birds? And then if they have a nest full of baby birds, perhaps that mother or father bird has a mouthful of food. And perhaps the reason why that bird landed on that limb was in order to feed their young with the food in their mouth. Now there's some big leaps there. Ordinarily in first grade math, what we would teach would, the bird landed on the tree. And the child now knows the bird landed on the tree. But the child does not think about why the bird landed on the tree or what the bird will do after it lands on the tree. This is a small example of critical thinking at work. Imagine your first grader out of school without his teacher, going through critical thought processes that it takes to move forward in life as a human being. That is what Re-Tally-8 does. It fosters competition. It fosters a desire. Where does it get the competition? The competition comes from the game, the gameplay. You are actually competing against 3 other teams. Where does the desire come in? Well, in education, as many teachers know, the number one aspect is desire. But that is of the past. It used to be the aspect was desire. The teacher could really check out and say, well, Johnny or Jane, they don't have a desire to learn. And because they don't have a desire to learn, as a teacher, I'm going to check out. Well, we want to put an end to that with Re-Tally-8. it becomes much easier for a teacher to actually give out life lessons of competition desire by playing the game. Why? Because it's internally in all humans' nature to want to win, to want to team up with others. And while playing this game Retaliate, all of that becomes fostered. And then later on, as a child grows and goes through school, up until middle school, junior high, these lessons are already in place. These techniques are already there. So now moving forward to other subjects, it becomes much more easy to teach the child what's important, but at the same time, allow the child to formulate their own ideas, their own hypotheses, and move forward with their own thoughts, not just memorization. With Retaliate, the teacher becomes the coach, the student the athlete. Think about this. Today in math, we lay the foundation for a structured learning experience. However, with current trends in mathematics and teaching techniques, we are merely teaching memorization, and we are depriving the child of the building blocks it takes to move forward in the educational system in all subjects, not just math. Think about this. A recent trend in math throughout all 50 states is to lean towards lowering the math requirement so that children more easily are at the proper level. With Retaliate, this would not be needed. Again, with Retaliate, we teach the child to make the connection himself. We teach the child to want and desire to make that connection. We teach the child to compete against other children. Think about competition and sports. When have you seen your child so vigorous with an ability and desire to learn? With Retaliate, we do that with math, not just sports. The child is competing. The child is teaming up with their peers. And most importantly here, the child, him or herself, will actually become the teacher or the assistant coach. Today, too many times, we see teachers and talk to teachers, and they feel handcuffed in a way because they have to stick to a core curriculum. However, merely memorizing answers is not the total picture. We need the child and students to begin memorizing and incorporating a structure of thought, a structure of mental leaps, a structure that allows them to critically think throughout the learning process to build a structure. Now with Retaliate, we are confident that structure and foundation is built. Beginning in the first grade, we do math, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But advancing up through the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, we can get to complex algebra with this game. So don't think this is just for youngsters. This is for children of all ages up to 15, 16 years old. Because with Retaliate, the foundation of mental connection, the foundation of confidence in one's own mind becomes a tool, an actual tool the child can use in other subjects, as history would have it, geography, science, and think about advanced science, physics. With these concepts in place, these building blocks already there, the child then becomes better to understand other subjects and then becomes what's known as an advanced learner. Too many times today we don't have what I like to refer to as an advanced learner. And what I mean by that is all grades, not just a senior in high school, not just an 8th grader, but envision a 1st grader, Envision your first grader, your son or daughter, your niece or nephew, becoming an advanced learner. Dr. Tom Nelson came up with the concept for the game to fill these voids, to foster competition, to foster critical thinking, but most importantly, to foster the desire to compete, the desire to learn, the desire to lay a foundation for life. And that is what Re-Tally-8 does. We lay a foundation for life's lessons to be learned in the present and the future, as well as the ability to critically think, draw upon the past, and then apply that to the future. That is Re-Tally-8 in a nutshell, folks. Come join us. Get more information. Join the Re-Tally-8 revolution.